Omabar sent me. It's about his wife, Ironi. Gethys saw Ironi, alive. He watched her enter their home on the other side of Stormhold. He asked you to meet him there as soon as you can.
Praise Vivek, Halva found you. Whatever's in my home, it isn't my wife. Ironi. My Ironi. She's gone. I know that. But when I saw her enter our home, I had to find out how she'd returned. That's when she stabbed me. If that Argonian hadn't leapt between us, she'd have finished me off. I don't know. But he tried to save my life. They were still fighting when I crawled out the door. They both moved so fast. Please, help him remove that imposter from my home. Don't worry about me. I'll soon see my true Ironi.
Requests your help. Vice Canon Hrondar is indisposed. He informed me you've been assisting us in our recent troubles. Are you any close? Then we can concentrate our efforts elsewhere. Many will blame the Shadow Scales regardless, but our concerns are greater now than scapegoats. I fear the true culprit struck again, though I pray I'm incorrect. When I said Vice Canon Hrondar was indisposed, I spoke half the truth. He's missing, and I fear it's the work of our killer. This is why Vice Canon Servina and I request your utmost discretion in recovering Vice Canon Hrondar to us. Listens to water as one of our little fish, our eyes and ears. He signals when he possesses urgent information for the Vice Canons. A short while ago, we received his signal. Be swift and silent as currents in a stream. Speak with Listens to Water on our behalf. Look for the mud huts. Don't ask for him by name, or he'll think you a debt collector. Remain discreet. If Listens to Water found the scent of Vice Canon Hrondar, follow it until its end.
The Guild has need of you, comrade.
I saw strange lights coming from Tenwar.
Looking for something with a little booth?
take those.
Someone there. Help me, please.
Now!
Move to flank!
Shaw's bones, it's good to see you. The Dominion right under our noses. Yes, but I've been here less than a day. Some of Stormhold's citizens were here longer.
Heal me!
I owe you my life.
To the side! I owe you my life. From this side! I owe you my life.
free at last.
Gods, it felt good to bury an axe in their throats. From the prisoners trickling out, I trust you enjoyed yourself as much as I. Did you free them all? I'd be better if the damned ruins beneath my feet weren't infested with Dominion. We've posted guards until reinforcements can wipe them clean. You kept this city from tearing itself apart. Storm. If the Dominion sent a large force to infiltrate Stormhold, they must have a camp Tenmarwalk, a Daedric ruin southeast of here. It's big enough to harbor a substantial enemy force, and close enough to trouble Stormhold. Besides, my scouts report signs of activity within. I'll take a regiment to Tenmarwalk. Don't want to take any chances. You freed me from the Dominion's clutches before those skin-stealing milk drinkers could kill me and wear my face. Of course I could use your help. Meet my regiment at Tenmarwalk. Keep your blades sharp. I'll find a way to turn you loose on the Dominion.
I don't have...
Just in time. We've got a mess on our hands. Worse than after a dog eats a cheese wheel. The Dominion ambushed us. I'd be ashamed to call it a rout if I wasn't considering how in oblivion they knew. At least, our attack was a disaster. The other vice cannons agreed to keep our forces together. Should have known they'd peel off the moment I turned my... That's the mess. If they're smart, they retreated to a defensible position. My scouts here spotted a cave in the ruins. Before I returned to my... The cave smack in the middle of Tenmarwalk. The Dominions locked it tighter than a High Elf's fundament. We each think the other vice cannons are incompetent. Ha! No, it's politics, plain and simple. The one who stays behind looks out of touch, so off we came to the muck. Politics be damned. Next time we draw straws to staying dry in Stormhold. When the Dominion ambushed us, they made a deliberate effort to split our forces. If Hetamin and Servina have any sense on the battlefield, they'd recognize that and stay together. Why does anyone invade anywhere? Those pristine towers of theirs must get boring. Maybe a good brawl in the mud beats chasing their cousins for kisses. Truth is, I don't care why. I care to get them out.
The ruins crawl with Dominion.
How did you find us? Unless you're a skin stealer. Keep your hands empty if you please. But you don't stink of death. You're likely what you seem. What remains for you to share is why you came here. Still with us, is he? That man is luckier than a Khajiit in an abandoned fishery. What does Rondar want? If it's for me to say he was right about sticking together, he can drown himself in a bog. We don't need rescuing. We need Rondar to recognize we're bait in another Dominion trap. Tell him I won't allow such wasteful theatrics on our behalf. If you find Vice Canon Rondar's regiment, you'll find him. Tell him to call off his attack before the Dominion picks him apart. He shouldn't throw away his soldiers for what little remains of our forces. If Vice Canon Rondar sends for reinforcements, he'll gain enough soldiers to clear these Dominion muckworms from the ruins. We can manage until then. It's a good place to fight with our tails to the wall.
Vice Canon Hetamin says you're no skin stealer.
You aren't like the others. You should keep your own face. It suits you better.
Came from underground. I saw them drag the others away. We prepared to assault the cave when the soldier beside me stabbed me in the back. When I fell, I saw my own regiment attack itself. Those skin stealers wore our friends' faces to betray us from within. Do you think that they have my face now? I saw them take Ukatse alive. Knocked him out.
Untie me before she returns. That crazy elf. She tried to cut my chest, but I kicked her off the altar. Said she'd be... Thank you, friend.
Stay away from my new
Meet me in that tent. What madness. Soldiers died thinking our own ranks betrayed us. I'd like to feed those skin stealers to a Wamasu with the flux. I saw Vice Canon Rondar's guard lead him away before the attack. If his guard was skin stealers, he's in grave danger. I heard a pine thrush call, but those birds aren't native to Black Marsh. Then I saw my friend raise her mace and bring it down on my helmet. I'm not just the best-looking scout in Shadowfen. I'm also the best tracker. I can pick up Vice Canon Rondar's scent and lead us right to him. Then I'll shadow you and alert you when I pick up...
So much death and treachery. These...
Vice Canon Hatamine says...
They brought him past the cave. Strange. It isn't They dragged him up this road, straight ahead. He didn't struggle. Stay alert. I don't want to end up on that slab again.
Mary Dominion.
Vice Canon. Oh no. We'll find who did this. Did you find any sign of who did this to him? Something's wrong. He smells Very dead. If the Vice Cannon was dead this whole time, was it a skin stealer who launched the attack on the cave? Or before that, when we lost the other Vice Cannons? Vice Cannon Rhonda always smelled of mead. I didn't. I should have. Zeus! What secrets do the Dominion already know? You're right. They'll know what to do. They have to. Despite his rough manner, Vice Cannon Rondar was a hero to many in Stormhold. When this is all over, you'll have a fitting burial. This impostor must be found before he can fool. Vice Cannon Rondar ordered us to stay away from a nearby hill. If it was his skins, a doorway, maybe stairs, or a portal of some kind.
Command! To the same!
Come to me, mortal. This is the way in. Curious. You dabble in their spells and break into their outpost. Oh, how he misjudged you. How grand. Yes, you marvelous fool. I allowed them to pull me from oblivion, bind my essence, and siphon my power because I'm secretly behind their shabby little plans. Oh, but you don't know about those, do you? You can never know. Yes, you've heard of Ruvatar, the celebrated Dominion alchemist. It's all his doing, you know. I'll tell you his plans for your impending doom. For a small favor, of course. You must find the pair of altars binding me, further inside the complex. Do so, and I pledge to share the Dominion's plans and direct you to their most prized possession. Also, I pledge not to violate your corpse on your burial day. A true bargain. Within each altar you'll find simple foci. A mortal's touch destroys them and removes my bonds. Then all I offer is yours. Such an unexpected indignity. When I first devised this torture, I never thought it would one day be visited upon me. Smile and nod your head, mortal.
Go around!
Now!
the Dominion spots you. You fight the Dominion. You haven't tried to cut off my head yet. You aren't here to worship Daedra, then. Fair point, fair point. All right, I won't deny it. Friends and I came looking for Daedric tidbits to sell to mages. Caught, one by one. I'm the only one alive. Well, alive and wearing my own skin. Used a captive Dremora to pull their souls from their body and seal them in magic rocks. Then, well, you've seen how these Dominion wear faces. I still hear their voices, calling from those rocks. They're dead, but still. Smart idea, dealing with Daedra. Before the Dominion came, she promised my friend the night of his life for a drop of his blood. I guess being flayed alive counts. Maybe. I spent many cramped nights listening to Rúvitar, the High Elf in charge of this place. I'm sure I could piece it together. But my friends don't deserve to be trapped in... Trust me, it's for the best. I'll make my way to the inner chamber, where Rúvitar spent most of his time. The Dominion captured their souls. Good thing you didn't release the Dremora. We'd both be ribbons in her hair. Behind her, there's a door to what Rúvitar called the Vault. It's part of their skin-stealing magic. The real question is, where'd they get so much? Wait, I don't want to know. That's the easy part. I heard Rúvitar mutter the words 100 times. Maybe you can get something useful out of that Dremora before she realizes you double-crossed her. If you keep her busy, I'll open the door.
You're no fool to withhold your trust. Commendable, truly. But you'll go no further without my help. reticence is infuriatingly enticing. Very well. Rubitar used hist sap and my stolen essence to create his skin stealers. The hist sap is what steals the victim's memories. It's all to acquire the Nemic egg. With it, he has all of Black Marsh. My patience grows thinner than you'll be after I fit you with a scathing girdle. Fail to uphold this bargain and I'll instruct you in pains of which you've never conceived, mortal. Wait, what is that swamp rat doing to the vault door? Then gaze upon your doom. Rubitar and his prize.
Doors open. The Dremora didn't pull our stomachs through our nostrils. I call that success.
Interference ends here.
No sign of Rubitar, but the Nord over there is definitely a skin stealer. When you approach, that Nord skin stealer will kill those prisoners and gain power. Keep him busy with you.
Anyone could be a skin stealer. Anyone! You'll never find all of us. We are everywhere.
Follow me. The exit is this way. You stopped the skin stealers in 10 Mar. Yes, yes. I heard him complain this ruin didn't hold everything he needed. Yes, that's the one. Here, this portal leads beyond the ruins. I'll stay here and see about freeing any prisoners stuck in... Did that work? Get out of here while the portal holds. I'll go...
Have I offended the three?
Ukatse informed us you had entered the ruins to pursue Vice Canon Rondar's imposter. Whatever you did in the ruins caused a lot of panic amongst the Dominion. We chose our moment and pushed out of the cave. Vice Canon Haytamine was wounded in the process, but she'll survive. Yes, but Vice Canon Rondar's death weighs heavily on Hadamine. She says she should have known. Poor thing. We were all fooled. Once she's recovered, Vice Canon Hadamine will no doubt celebrate your accomplishment. But this artifact you mentioned, the Nemic Egg, do you know anything of its whereabouts? A Dominion general, perhaps, whoever he is, will stop his march through Shadowfen. I'll appoint Ukatse to lead the scouts in our search for Rúvitar. I swear to you, he'll account for the Dominion's terror. This Nemic Egg is unknown to me. If it originated in... I had someone else in mind. Argonian keepers known the history and... Vice Canon Hadamine and I must rally the remnants of Stormhold's forces to the hatching pools. If the Skin Stealers took Vice Canon Rondar, they'll know what he knew. Rendezvous with our forces at the hatching pools. We must learn what the Dominion...
How long was Vice Canon Rondar a skin stealer? I fear it will take months to undo the damage wrought by his impostor.
Vice Canon Hadamine was a sight to see coming out of that cave. She makes a pretense of frailty, but she stood shoulder to shoulder with the rest of her troops.
Killing those dry-skinned fools, I erect the spine of gratitude. Many blessings upon you for saving me.
Come here. While I was hunting, the Dominion killed my family and friends. He's the sadist who slaughtered innocents and hatchlings.
Eagles triumph.
How dare you? Death for your insolence. Aid me!
You can't kill the commander, filth.
Heard the alarms from the... Ah, yes. Follow me. Beautiful, wasn't it? Maldor wanted to consume the power of the Hist, but instead, he was consumed. I have a reward for you. It isn't much, but I stole this from their camp. It's yours. Now to make the rest of these invaders suffer.
What do you want? So, scavenger, have you enjoyed picking through the hamlet's bones? Have you found all the treasures you desire? Now you want to tell stories. Very well. I will tell you one of my own. The Dominion came. They coveted our history. When we would not allow them to tap it, they slaughtered everyone and drained the tree of its sap. They did not tell us their plans. Now the history has been drained, and my people have nowhere to go when they die. They linger, trapped in madness. You wish to atone for your looting? Good. This existence is unnatural for us. Our spirit... Have you seen our agony? They killed us. How else? They demanded the history's sap, as though it was ours to give. I have a little power left. You have the staff piece. Together, we become a tool. Subdue spirits by force. You know nothing of my village. Argonians are bound to their history. My staff came from ours. Long ago, it was a gift from the history. Undead aren't part of the proper world. We normally return to our history when we die, but if that's prevented... Fewer of my fellow spirits haunt the hamlet. Did it work? My staff can only hold so much. It's only a small branch of the Hist tree. If they are not true, spirit of the Hist, receive... No! My blood boils inside me. How can this be? Sooth, no. The history screams. It suffers. They're boiling, distilling, and destroying what's left of our history's sap. Quickly, take my staff again. It's more than sap. It's the history's soul. Are made from the essence of this history. As long as the spirits remain outside the tree.
command! Flank! Now! Go around!
Anything go wrong? Good. It's quieter now as the madness fades. With the aid of my Eggkin, I can restore the history. But I don't think the Dominion will give up so easily. My guess is that they'll come back if they interfere. Our essence will fade before the history is restored. Don't expect help from my fellow spirits. Very well. Last time, the Dominion came from the north, driving toward the history. They are not the
A bitter one, to be sure. We died, but our history lives. As we return to the East, so will the tree heal. Someday, there will be a new clutch hatched here. If ever you return, they will remember your courage. spirits are returning to the history. Soon I will follow. Our bodies may be gone, but we have been saved. May friendly branches shade your path.
Life is never certain. I take a torch bug, attach it to my hook, which ends its life, and hopefully that of... Everything is a sign. The way a shadow falls, the taste of food, the smell of decay, signs, if one can decipher them. Take the ruins across the water. I've never been inside, but its energy flows through the rocks. It hums like a wasp. To me, that's a sign.
Hands off, unless you want to stamp. This Jiren's armor is mine. Want to bet how many days he lasts in the stocks? Yeah, maybe. He works for the Vice Cannons. Another dark elf sticking his nose. The stocks are south of that beached hull called the Blasted Breton. You can't miss it. In a few days, the smell will... Because he's a spy. Why else...
Comrade, a word. The guild requests your help. Finest drinks from anywhere.
It's a shame about all those Fort Zarin refugees. Thank goodness you were at the docks,
This isn't the most humiliating thing One Eye's done to a nosy fellow. She's got a leather collar for ones that really scrape her scales.
Gods, why did I ever set foot in this stinking pit? Was it duty or stupidity? Come to mock me like the rest, have you? Well, fear not. I have no dignity left. For the crime of believing pirates cared about the welfare of the Pact. Rumors say the Dominion is smuggling in supplies through this miserable land. Or maybe you could join me here, no? If you insist, you'll have to get her attention. A few well-placed punches should get you an audience. You might be quiet unless you want to join me. These pirates are smuggling supplies and weapons to the Dominion troops in Shadowfen. Agreed. I foolishly thought that since most of the pirates...
Nothing like a dark elf covered in mud to brighten my day.
There's an urgent task for you. The guild has need of you, comrade.
Zuth, I've been 3 months on the marsh looking for a ripe prize. I'm here to drink. One Eye don't take social visits with nobody's life. I can see you mean business. I won't press my luck. I surrender. She's on the upper deck in the captain's quarters. The guard.
There's an urgent task for you.
You haven't introduced yourself, outsider. I don't care if you're brave or foolish. Don't waste my valuable time. The sniveling dark elf. He needed the fresh air. His words were addled, telling everyone how I should run my town. As for his concerns, the Dominion deals with the Khajiit, not us. And for the moment, she is protected. Senil insults me with his fancy words and sense of superiority. Still, I could look the other way. What's this Khajiit getting out of her deals with the Dominion? Find out where and what. Then we will talk more about Senil's freedom. A pretender, that's all. She skulks in the shadows, afraid to challenge me, but she pays her spies well. I'd like to see that mangy cat as a new rug on my deck. Senil insults me with his fancy... Everyone knows I'll pay well to know this Khajiit's plans. Plenty of bites, but no meat. Right now, there's another war. Mind you, don't go running off with this.
Help me out, will you?
Comrade, a word.
I speak to One Eye, and only her. You have it, Dariel? Yes, I smell it on your fingers. Fresh and sweet. Nice like rain. You didn't open it, did you? Maybe take some for yourself? Oh, it's words you want. Yes, the Khajiit. She has a name. Sanji. There's a meeting. One of her kit. Yes, this is just what I need.
Well met, comrade. I have an urgent message from the Guildmaster. Report to me at once. I have a task. She's running things out of the guild hall in Daggerfall at the moment. The Eight guide you, comrade. No, but I have an idea.
Heard the Vice Cannons had a traitor in their ranks. Goes to show you, it ain't just us rats that like a pretty coin.
Got the coin? The boss don't buy promises.
It arrived on our ship. You'll all be very rich very soon.
Then we've got your supplies. Weapons, food and drink, medicine, and protection.
And what do you bring me? It better be something of worth. I don't pay layabouts for rotten fruit. That's bad for my reputation, but it's worse for the layabouts. I'm sure you understand. Pfah, of course she'd sell them weapons. But protection? That's my business. Nobody but me offers protection here. Seems like your dark elf friend was correct. Some of the lads are aiding the Dominion, and they're doing it without my say-so. He can stay there a while longer. That would make it easier for you to work on my side, wouldn't it? So now we understand each other. My problems are your problems. I won't do anything. However, someone else could deliver a good lesson. Pfah, they're no good to me injured. But the Dominion lackeys are another matter. Put the fear of One Eye, time to skin a cat.
Heard the Vice Cannons had Don't trust the media, friend. If you're lucky, they ain't done.
What do you want? Only... Ha, sure. This one will tell you all of... How very persuasive. No need for such... heard about Lady? She's the... You think that comes for free? By your looks, you couldn't pay me enough. You're that sure? Well, that sounds...
Unless you got an invite from the lady. Well, now she's a popular one. Word's out that she's... Good point. I prize my pill.
Here all along, was it? By Sithis, it was right under my feet. Kaok, right under my snout. Kill her and any of her thugs in your way. That soothes like a soft rain in the night.
Please, get me out of here.
It's about time someone paid that Khajiit a visit.
What you've done! I've lost count! I'll feed your heart, useless cat!
This Khajiit is not here to challenge. You have won your right to lead. You have come to challenge for leadership, yes? That is why Sanji is dead and you are not. You will be the new gang boss if you, decide not to kill us. We do not have it. Not yet. Sanji hasn't met with the High Elf to get our cut. But if you could take it like you took the life of Sanji... Let us talk above ground. You're here to make a deal, right? We show you the Dominion's treasure ship, you take their prize, and we all stay alive. Partnership? Not much choice, is there? We can aid you in exchange for our lives. We can help you get our treasure for One Eye. If you're on One Eye's goods, time we get to work, yes? Won't be long until the Dominion learns Sanji is dead. Get on their ship, take their things, and escape alive. It's a simple plan. The Dominion's landing is right outside. Me? This mind is for planning, not sword fighting and bloodletting. You must make haste, esteemed leader. If the Dominion troops leave with their treasure, One Eye will be very unhappy indeed. We were part of the Renrija Mauer. What does it matter, the past? We follow your orders now. Once this is all over. The Renrija Mauer. Some called us pirates, others privateers. It did not matter. We sailed under the... a beautiful sight it is. One Eye can't wait to get her talons on it. Sir Josh will take care of this. You have business to attend to with One Eye.
Kajir, at your service.
So the Khajiit didn't lie. I pegged you to make off with the money. I misjudged you. Here's your dark elf. I expect the Dominion's prize will be delivered as payment for my largesse. And I have yet another present for you. A high elf has come visiting, demanding a supply line through Alton Coromont. She's willing to pay handsomely for the privilege. She's in a cabin on the lower deck, waiting for me to return. If someone else arrived instead of me...
I must inform the Vice Canon of this situation.
For sale.
Well, we ain't got...
A little messy, but sometimes you have to take the low road, right? One of your vice cannons is waiting for you. They're on the upper deck.
Help me out, will you?
One Eye would have me believe you single-handedly rid this port of Dominion meddling. I would be dubious, but Sunil Fenrilla corroborated her story. Now we don't need to fight a war with these pirates. We have you to thank for that. Don't be modest. One-Eyed boasted of your skills. I've offered the pirates letters of marque to seize any Dominion ships they find.
And how?
These words are so final. You've seen me up here writing. Letters sent, but not returned. Why do I... Lutima. We were egg cousins when we were young. He fell in love and went to the percolating mire to follow her. Nothing. There was never a reply. I'm leaving these swamps. I'm going...
Keep your head down. The invaders in What? I haven't heard from her in years. Why did she decide to write me after all this time? She and Kina...
Thank the three. Someone who looks... The Dominion invaded. Those soldiers are terrorizing our people. Kill them. They didn't... He was born to slay. The tree minder says Argonians born away from the Hist are damaged. Yes. Though I didn't catch all of it.
Robinette didn't forget about me, but I never read the letters she spoke of. If my wife were alive...